One quiet morning, an old countryman showed up at a monastery. He knocked gently on the big wooden door. A humble monk answered, just like he always did. The man held out a big basket of grapes, deep purple, perfect, and full of life. "Brother," he said, smiling, "these are the best grapes my vineyard has ever grown. I brought them as a gift." The monk smiled, a little surprised. "Thank you. I'll take them to the abbot. He'll be so grateful." But the man gently stopped him. "No, they're not for the abbot. They're for you." "For me?" the monk asked, confused. "Why me?" The man's voice got softer. "Because every time I came here broken and hungry, you were the one who opened the door. You gave me bread. You gave me hope. You never asked for anything. You just gave." "These grapes," the man said, "hold the warmth of the sun, the sweetness of the rain, and a little bit of God's grace. I want you to have them." The monk didn't know what to say. His eyes welled up. He had never thought of himself as special, just someone doing his small part. But later that morning, as he looked at the grapes, he thought of someone else. He walked quietly to the abbot's room and placed the grapes in his hands. "These were given to me," the monk said, "but I think you should have them. You've always guided me. You've always been there." The abbot smiled, touched, but he didn't keep the grapes either. He remembered a brother in the monastery who was sick. Maybe these will bring him a little light, he thought. And so the grapes moved again. But the sick monk, frail and grateful, thought of the cook, the one who made sure he always had hot soup and warm bread. So he passed the grapes to the cook with a smile. "These are for you," he said. "You've taken care of me like family." The cook was amazed at the beauty of the fruit. And he thought, there's only one person who would truly understand how special these are. The priest who leads our prayers, who reminds us that every small thing is part of something greater. So the cook brought the grapes to the priest. But the priest, wise and humble, looked at the grapes and smiled. He thought of the youngest novice, a boy still learning his way, still finding his place. He should see this. He should know how beauty moves through the world. And so, the grapes passed once more. When the young novice received them, his heart filled with wonder. He had never seen grapes like these, not just ripe, but radiant. And then, he remembered, when he first arrived at the monastery, scared and alone, there was one man who greeted him with a warm smile. One man who welcomed him inside, the monk at the gate. And so, at sunset, the novice walked to the entrance, found the old monk sitting quietly, and placed the grapes in his hands. "These are for you," he said. "You opened the door for me when I had nothing. Now I want to give something back." The monk looked down at the grapes. The same grapes he'd been given had made their way all around the monastery and come back to him. What goes around truly does come around. Kindness always finds its way home. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but when you give from the heart, the world gives back in the most beautiful ways. Share this with someone who's ever shown you kindness. Let them know it mattered.